Okay. So I can sit here and I can talk about what I got for Christmas all day and what you got for Christmas and all the other stuff. But I will say this here. My wife already knows that I've got these guys here. At the exact same time, my wife actually looked at my Amazon wish list. And when she looked at it, she saw a couple of things. And one thing that she got me, so I'm just telling you what I got for Christmas, at least one of the things that I got for Christmas. Well, now I'm going to show you one thing, I'm going to tell you the other one. The thing I'm going to tell you is the color pencils. She got me a color pencil set, one that was in my wish list. The color pencils are very important to me because you never can have enough. And this one is a pack of 160. Huge. But we also had action figures in a Funko Pop, Funko Pop, whatever. One of those things on there, and we had a real action figure, same person. And I'm very happy that she chose the right thing because the action figure is Archangel, and Archangel means it means a lot to me. And Archangel is one of those characters from the X-Men and X Factor, and what else? What else was he from? Um, Whatever. He's one of the founding members of X Factor, and I've always generally loved this guy. So this is what she got me. This is mad awesome. It's not just Archangel, this is actually too big to be at my desk at work. But if it wasn't for the COVID-19 thing, this would be at my desk. But not only is this Archangel, but it's also four heads. It's Archangel of Death. It's Worthington the Third, and it's I'm batshit crazy. Apocalypse made me do this kind of crazy as Archangel when he went completely nuts. So it's all of his foreheads, including the bald one when he had took his mask off and revealed that it was him. It is I, Worthington the Third, with my new wings. I generally love this character here. This is one of my favorite characters, and to show you how much of this means to me as being one of my favorite characters, I'm going to show you a very old picture, a young picture of me with hair on my head. Okay, so this is a few days later after Christmas, but I opened up the action figure, and this is actually amazing. A lot more articulation than I thought he would actually have with his wings as well. That's kind of cool. His head. I prefer the fourth horseman of Apocalypse head only because that's when he became very interesting to me. At the exact same time, the articulation in the actual character is pretty darn good. There's a lot more articulation than I thought. His wrist move, his forearm moves. He actually has what do you call it? A shoulder and another piece right beneath the shoulder, so the biceps are actually flexible as well. That's very interesting. His chest, look at that. His chest actually goes in. He can do the Mr. Universe if you wanted to. This is actually kind of cool, and I love that his ankles move back so far. So if you did want to have him in a pose, you could have him the way he normally flies. His ankles are usually his toes are usually aimed up to the sky. So that is within itself very amazing. But there's a lot of paint on here. The red lines, I believe, are painted, and also the skull is painted. The skull is not easy to put on and off. So you want whatever head you really, really want on this action figure, put that head on there and don't move it too much because there is a lot of paint on his head. And I would definitely say this is something you don't want your skin touching a lot and getting grubby and muddy up. He's got closed fists. It's a little odd, but that's okay because he's supposed to be a fighter, so I guess that's cool. And his hip does do the twist, so that's really interesting. Looks like he's got a closed G.I. Joe hip, which is nice. But even his legs, he has 1, 2, 3 major parts to his legs. So, like I said, that's a lot of articulation. It's a lot more than I have seen in action figures in a while. Almost as much as the ones from Todd McFarlane, which I believe with my Halo action figure was just too much. But I like this. And it's at the edge of being about the size that I would be okay with at work. I would be okay with this at work. I would be. Totally. If there wasn't a pandemic going on, I would definitely have this on at work. So, yeah, these wings are pretty darn amazing. And it looks like you don't really want to mess with them too much. You want to get them in a specific spot or whatever and just keep them like that. You don't want to mess around with it too much. So, yeah. And does he have holes? Yes, he does have holes in his feet. So you could mount him and have him on a device of some type. And it looks like he is also able to stand up on his own, as long as kids aren't coming around, picking it up and all the other stuff. So this is one of my Christmas presents. And since I'm already showing you wings, that means that my next video will have to be someone else with wings. That's the end of this video. Very muscular. I like this a lot. I'm gonna put this back up and place it somewhere out of harm's way. But I'm definitely gonna keep the skull on there. I like the skull.